Seva Mangun Shyama Shyam Teri, na bhakti nahi mukti mangu main.
Nita Seva Mangun Shyama Shyam Teri, na bhakti nahi mukti mangu main.
Jagadguru Shri Kripaluji Maharaj, in a few days, we will be celebrating his birth centenary, 100 years. So this story is from his early life. He used to go around North India, East India, West India giving lectures. In those days, transportation was a little difficult in India. He had an ambassador car and a driver who would drive him from one city to the next. So on one occasion, he was doing a night travel, and around midnight, a little past that, he reached one town. When he remembered, oh, हमारे तो यहाँ पर वो सत्संगी रहते हैं. Unannounced, he came to their door and knocked. Husband and wife had both gone to sleep when the banging began. So they got up from their bed, startled. Who is this and why are they creating such a ruckus? They came to the door all groggy-eyed. And the husband opened the door. What is the matter? And he saw Maharaj Ji there. So he was so happy, at the same time confused, at the same time bewildered, at the same time surprised. He didn't know what to do. So he said, Maharaj Ji, Maharaj Ji, Maharaj Ji. Maharaj Ji said, will you not call me inside? Yes, please come in. Maharaj Ji came in and said, Badi bhook lagi, I am very hungry. Do you have something to eat? Now, some of the community, like for example the Gujaratis, at night they must clean the kitchen, absolutely turn the bartan upside down, then they go to sleep. So the wife had made the whole kitchen spick and span. And now Maharaj Ji says, Badi bhook lagi hai, kuch khane ko hai. So she thought, I have to cook something. Let us make some very heavy halwa with ghee, etc. Maharaj Ji was also young, in his 30s in those days. So I'll give him halwa, he will get satiated. And in one item, the whole thing will be done. She went to the kitchen. But she was constantly in thoughts. Wow, we never thought in this life Maharaj Ji will come to our house. How did it come about? It is like Ram is coming to Shabri's house. And thinking about Ram and Shabri and Maharaj Ji, by accident, instead of putting sugar in the halwa, she put salt in it. Now imagine, a halwa doesn't have a teaspoon of sugar, it has a whole kadshi of sugar, and she's put a kadshi of salt in it. Now finally she came and put it on Maharaj Ji's plate, a few helpings. Maharaj Ji took one spoon. Now imagine, if you take one spoon like that, your body will shake. But Maharaj Ji immediately realized a mistake had been made. Not intentionally, but unintentionally. Her bhav was correct. If this had happened in the world, the boss would have fired the subordinate. The master would have fired Ramu. But in this case, Maharaj Ji was bhavagrahi. He said, wow, she was so absorbed in her devotion. Now if I point it out to her, she will then feel so bad I gave namak halwa to Guruji. So Maharaj Ji quietly kept on eating it. After the plate was cleaned up, he then thought, there must be more left in the kadai. And when they want to relish the prasad, then they will be shocked. Oh my God, what did we do? So Maharaj said, I'm feeling very hungry today. Do you have more? And the lady thought, wow, he's loved my cooking because I have made it with so much of devotion. She went and brought more and offered it. And he asked more and more. And finally, from the noise of the karchi in the kadai, the ladle in the bowl, scraping going on, he could make out that she has finished everything. So Maharaj rubbed his stomach, maza aa gaya, and then he went off to rest. Later on, the husband, he told the wife that, my God, your cooking was phenomenal. Maharaj ate it all. And the wife said, you know what? He did not even leave little bit of prasad for us. If he had eaten a little less, we would have got prasad. Nevertheless, she went back to the kitchen and she saw behind the ladle some halwa had dried up. She scraped it off with her nail and put a little in her mouth, and her body shook because of the salt. Then she looked and the salt bottle was open. She caught her head. Oh my God, what did I do? So, from the side of God and Guru, it is our bhav, it is our love which is important. The Ved Vyas says, to serve Bhagavan with love is what bhakti is about. Now, another beautiful definition of bhakti, this is my favorite, and you people have heard it from me many times over, is bhago bhakti. What is bhago bhakti? Bhago bhakti means you are a bhag of God. Like the hand is a bhag of the body, a part of the body. Now the constitutional position of the hand is to serve the body. What does the hand do? It takes the food, puts it in the mouth, takes the comb, combs the hair, takes the water glass, puts it on the lips. And in doing that, the hand's needs are automatically met. It's self-interest. It receives the blood, the nourishment, all that it needs. The hand does not need to tend to its own needs by itself. If the hand develops the selfish desire, why should I keep on serving the body? 25 साल हो गए शरीर की सेवा करते करते, enough is enough. Now I will serve my own self. And it demands, cut me off from the body. When you cut the hand off from the body, it cannot even sustain its own self. It is merely a lump of bones and flesh. So it was in the hand's own self-interest to serve the body. Likewise, Kripaluji Maharaj says, Joi swaratha pahichan dhanya soi. Your self-interest is in serving God. Because like the hand is a part of the body, you are a tiny part of God. Now we don't realize that self-interest. We know we want anand, we know we want gyan, we know we want prem. But separated from God, we are searching for it in the world and we are not finding it. So that understanding, I am the servant of God. If you don't serve God, you have to serve the world. You have to serve Pati Dev, Mem Sahib, Chunnu Munnu Pappu Tinku at home, serve your boss, serve everyone, but you cannot avoid service or serve your own body. The body says, I want this, the body says, I want that. So service you will have to do. Now if you can just decide, I need to serve God, the problem gets solved. Interestingly, our human physiology is hardwired for service. We will be discussing today about brain chemicals that create happiness. So these brain chemicals are such, you actually get happiness not by taking, but by giving. The fulfilling kind of happiness. One lady, she was young and wealthy, but totally depressed. She went to a happiness counselor and said to the psychologist that I am in real despair. 2 years ago, my husband passed away. And 1 month after him, my son left the world in an accident. And after that, there was a complete void in my life. I did not know what to do with myself or what to look forward to. So my thoughts became so despondent, I naturally glided into despair. I have come to you to learn how to be happy again. And the happiness counselor, he said, take a look at the janitor lady. There was the cleaning lady in that hospital. Take a look at her. She is such a happy lady. Let's ask her what the secret of happiness is. So they called the lady. She put her broom and pail aside and she was asked to sit down. Happiness counselor said, how come you stay so happy? That lady, she said, you know what? 5 years ago, I had a disastrous event in my life. My father and mother both passed away together. And subsequently, my husband divorced me. So I fell into despair. I was thinking of putting my life to an end. But then one day, I had gone to the market to purchase groceries. And when I was returning, a little kitten started following me. I permitted it to keep coming. When I reached home, I went into my house and the kitten stayed outside and started meowing. I felt pity on it. So I got a saucer with milk and put it on my doorstep for the kitten. The hungry little thing lapped it all up. And then once it was clean, the kitten started purring, lifting its back and rubbing its back against my ankle. And I broke into a smile. That was the first time in 6 months I had smiled. So I started thinking, if doing a good deed to the little kitten can make me smile, then why not do a little more of it? I knew my neighbor was not well. I went and got groceries for her. I knew somebody else was very old. I baked a cake and took it for him to cheer him up. And slowly, I started getting my happiness. How? In giving happiness to the others. So that is why it is always in giving that we receive. This is how this world is created. Hence, even in business, people have a wrong understanding of business. They think the idea of business is how to extract profits from the others. That's a very short-term and unsustainable perspective. And the long-term perspective of business is that in business, the you comes before the I. You comes first and then the I. And not only that, the I is silent. Business, not booziness. So if we can make business about adding value to others, when you add value, people are automatically willing to pay for it. That is the kind of business that succeeds. I'll tell you for myself, when I was a little child, I was crazy for soccer. And I was so crazy, I played it so much, although I had this thin and lean and weak body, that in grade 8, both my ligaments, they popped. And then I had to give up this high pressure sport and I switched to something more gentle like tennis. I kept on playing tennis through high school and also through engineering. But I never made it to the college team. And why? Because I had a very poor service. I was not good at serving. So later on I decided that I had this weakness in tennis, I will not have it in life. And adopted service as a dharma. So my own experience was that the more you give, the more you receive. Saint Kabir has said, "Daan diye dhan na ghate, nadi ghate na neer. Apne aankh dekh lo, yon kya kahe Kabir." He says that people have this misconception, if I give, my own will reduce. But look at the wealthy people who are philanthropic, they keep on giving and God keeps on filling them up. Look at the river that flows into the ocean, people keep on taking water out of it. But that river only keeps growing and growing. So the secret of this universe is, if you want more knowledge, you keep giving knowledge to others, your own will keep on increasing. If you want happiness, you give joy to others and you will naturally grow in joy. So this giving is the act of service. That service is the nature of the soul. The nature of the soul is not bhog, is not to enjoy. Some people want a good life. Life should be like a party. Once the cruise to Hawaii is over, then you should go on a vacation to Alaska. And when that is over, you go on a trip to the world. And then you go and play cards and go to the casino. So they think that enjoyment means to have a ball. But the real enjoyment comes in service.